So here's the root of this, guys. For those of you that are wondering what's going on, Ben Shapiro did the same thing that I think most people did, where there has been an implication from Candace that Erika Kirk is connected to Charlie Kirk's murder. Okay? She hasn't outright said it, but she has implied it in many, many different ways. It has been an unspoken thing, but there's enough plausible deniability there that I believe Ben Shapiro came out and said, Candace says Erika did it. And I mean, Candace has essentially said what I've seen of the shit we've watched. She has implicated Erika, she has implicated Trump, and she has implicated Israel. Those are the three. Israel's the one that she illuminates the most. Ben Shapiro is crying again. Dude, all right, let's go. Here we go, guys. All I can say before we start this is down with MAGA, okay? Down with MAGA.
Ben is a funny guy. He is. He's never trying to be funny. He just is funny when he's being serious and he's being seriously angry about a topic. It's just something that I enjoy to watch. And last night, he got on stage with Megyn Kelly. She had a tour stop in Florida. And I want to say, I was kind of impressed with Ben because instead of doing his usual thing where he sends others to do his dirty work so he can keep his hands clean, he was like, I'm going to peer pressure Megyn Kelly myself. I'm going to make her disavow me, make her disavow Candace Owens. I'm going to make her disavow Tucker Carlson by putting her on the spot and asking her to respond to things that Tucker Carlson never did and Candace Owens never did or said. And you really get to see it masked down because you saw this narrative circulating amongst people who were just absurdly making claims that I attacked Erika. And I know what these organic movements look like. I know how they operate behind the scenes. And I know Ben plays a part in this. And so it was actually quite refreshing for me to be like, now everyone gets to see what you are because you're saying stuff that never happened.
What I've seen, she has implicated Erika, she has implicated Trump, and she has implicated Israel. But she has definitely implicated them even though she hasn't come out and directly said it.
This is a watershed moment. Ben does not have it together. He is very insecure, and he's going on the attack against Megyn Kelly by lying about what I said and then forcing her to react to the evil of what I never said.
Here we go.
Here's what Ben said.
We're in a business where people comment on what we say publicly. Again, this is why I think you and I differ on our angle with regard to, for example, Candace Owens. I think that what Candace Owens is doing right now is evil. It is evil what she is doing right now.
Dude!
Okay, and I say...
Dude, look at her. Dude, she loves this, guys. I mean, she was very upset. Now, I'm telling you, if we have our resentment conversation here, you know Candace resents whatever went on with her and Ben at Daily Wire, and Ben definitely resents what happened there. And so they're playing out some shit right there. Look at her face, bro. Oh, my God.
Again.
But what
because
I didn't opine on whether it's evil or not, but my position is it's really none of my business. And
why is it? But I have a question. Why is it none of your business? I mean, you comment on these things for a living.
I'm not mother of the internet.
No, but if this were on the left and somebody were accusing Charlie Kirk of his wife having murdered him, I assume that you would be talking about it.
Is that what Candace is accusing Erika of?
Yes.
Of murdering her own husband?
She's accusing TPUSA insiders and other members of the right wing, including Seth Dillon, of being involved in the murder of Charlie Kirk, yes.
See, here's the thing, though, that's interesting, guys, is when you look at this shit that play out, because first off, Ben is not wrong, okay? Candace is absolutely implying that Erika Kirk was in on this. Candace is absolutely implying that TPUSA had a lot to do with it, okay? She's real direct about that shit. Now, what's interesting about this is Megyn Kelly sort of staying out of this. Because Megyn Kelly was on stage with Charlie Kirk talking about Epstein. Megyn Kelly is pretty tight with Tucker Carlson. Okay, but Megyn Kelly being like, she said that? Like, Megyn Kelly, really? There's no fucking way that Megyn Kelly is not aware of this shit going on, bro. If I'm aware of it going on, Megyn Kelly is fucking aware of this going on. She has a whole staff that is like giving her, like they have staff that like give them updates of everything that's going on so they know what to do stories on. Her playing dumb there was real fake. Oh, she did? She knows.
It's just, I don't even know how to respond to it because it just never happened. It's so crazy. He's not even.
Dude, it's not crazy, Candace. It's not crazy. Like, you know, look at her. She's like, it's not crazy. We've been watching Candace. She's made the implications. I mean, it's one of the. If I want to draw a line from Candace talking to Erika Kirk did it, there's nothing to interrupt that line. You know, it'll take me about 5 seconds to draw that line, bro. I mean, look at her, though. Dude, look at her. She's like, so funny, bro. Dude, I love this, though. Dude, the fact that Ben Shapiro, think about this, though, guys. Ben Shapiro got together with Megyn Kelly at an event, and they're not talking about the left wing, guys. They're not talking about their culture war politics. They're not talking about Kamala Harris or Gavin Newsom. They're talking about one of their own having a conspiracy against one of their own, bro. Dude, this is the greatest thing ever! Dude, this is so amazing. And look at Candace. Like, how did Ben come up with that crazy idea? Crazy Benny is out there.
Anywhere near what's happened. Anybody who's watched this show, I actually was getting flack from my audience for not covering Erika's past or speaking about her parents. I said she gave one of the most consequential speeches, and I have focused my investigation on Turning Point USA and why they're telling certain lies. Seth Dillon, I told.
Yeah, I don't know about the Seth Dillon thing, but she's definitely implicated Turning Point USA, but Erika Kirk literally took that over. That implicates Erika. Come on now. Come on now.
The truth that Seth Dillon lied about the Hamptons meeting and that he was pushing, he was pressuring Charlie about the topic of Israel. I never once accused Seth Dillon of murdering Charlie Kirk. So what's he actually doing here, right? Obviously, there's a lot of layers that we should peel back, and it's important that we do it. The least interesting part of this is the fact that he's lying through his teeth. That's implied he's a Zionist. But there's a lot more that's happening that meets the eye, because Ben Shapiro was effectively the final boss of the pro-Israel lobby, and it's because he never comes out and says what he means. He's kind of like more of a behind-the-scenes person, and we're now watching him come undone in real time, because no matter who you are, in this age of digital media, it is simply not a good idea to lie through your teeth, okay? Wrong time, 2025. Before you get the lie out, the internet is going to clock it, right? They're going to go back and be like, you lied. And when you do something like that, the blowback is going to be on you. They're going to go, actually, this now impacts your credibility. You said that.
Dude, there's no blowback for lying right now. There is like zero blowback for lying online at this point. Like none, bro. Like nothing.
That Candace went out and said something about Erika. By the way, you hear the people in the background going, woo! I'm going to tell you what's happening there too, and you're going to see how this thing really works. Point number one that I want to make about what Ben is doing right here is just the stunning hypocrisy of it. Okay? The rules for thee and not for me. Mm-hmm. I am getting old. My memory is getting a little fuzzy, but I distinctly remember the week that I was gloriously fired from the Daily Wire. And during that week...
Remember what I said about her being resentful about what happened with her in the Daily Wire? Here it comes, dude. Look at that face, bro. That is the face of incoming resentment. Here it comes.
The CEO of the Daily Wire, at the time it was Jeremy Boring, jumped onto an X space hosted by Lauren Chen and had a conversation with Nick Fuentes where he sang Nick Fuentes' praises and also invited him onto the Daily Wire, okay? Here's a headline, because the Huffington Post remembers too. Daily Wire CEO tells white supremacist Nick Fuentes that he's talented and he's very funny. The The article goes on. During a live-streamed conversation with white supremacist Nick Fuentes last week, the CEO of the Daily Wire, a major right-wing media outlet, praised the prominent fascist influencer and offered only mild criticism about some of his political views, a stark difference from how he has spoken about Fuentes in the past. Boring told Fuentes that he listens to Fuentes' show quite often, and that he thinks Fuentes is quote unquote very funny and one of the most talented political influencers, even if he is very concerned about some of what Fuentes says.
She's trying to throw them under the bus. Again, though, look at this shit, though, what she does, right? Because her attack on Ben Shapiro saying, like, oh, you're blaming Erika Kirk. Her attack is to say, well, Ben Shapiro's company CEO is a white supremacist, or likes the white supremacist, right? You notice how she's like tit for tatting the attack on like trying to like remove Ben's credibility. But I mean, does Candace come out and say, I don't think Erika Kirk had anything to do with this? Or does she do a Pam Bondi? Because that was the Pam Bondi move right there.
It was okay when the Daily Wire never to pretend that he's noble. Of him picking, number two I'm going to make here is the stunning hypocrisy again. Okay, of him picking the topic of Charlie Kirk to pretend that he's noble.
See, she's attacking Ben's credibility, but I don't know if we're going to see her come out and say, oh, I don't think Erika Kirk had anything to do with Charlie's death. I mean, it would be real easy for her to say that. To be clear, guys.
To pretend like he has to say something, even though he's lying, in defense of what's happening to Charlie Kirk's widow, when it is just a fact that Ben Shapiro did a lot of things behind the scenes to stop the rise of Charlie Kirk. It's a fact, okay? Here's another text message. I have literal hundreds of them pertaining to Ben, sending his YAF boys, the YAF boys, the National Review peeps that were coming after us, writing articles, the one that I showed in this little, our thumbnail here. We can show this conversation. It was a headline. Ben Shapiro's YAF launches smear campaign against Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens. Hey, Charlie, wherever you are, it's happening again. It's just a smear campaign. I don't know why, but this is what Ben does. And it is also interesting.
Dude, it's a fact that JD may or may not have nutted in Erika already. Oh, shit, dude. Dude, Erika forgave the shooter. Dude, I don't buy that. Dude, Erika is like putting on a fucking dog and pony show. You know what I'm saying? She is putting on a dog and pony show for the Christians, is what Erika is doing.
When I was telling you that Ben called Charlie and he was lamenting the fact that Charlie and I had this friendship and warning him that he shouldn't have him, Charlie felt like Ben was like throwing down like slave owner vibes. And he was just like, he thinks I like own you or something, but I'm going to show you the text messages because otherwise you'll say it didn't happen. Here we go. This was, again, everything. Ben was going on people's shows and talking down about me and Charlie.
Oh, look at this. You are bigger than Ben now. Oh, dude, she is so petty.
And he said, you're bigger than Ben now. I'm walking into the White House yesterday. I realized that. I said, I know. He hates it. And he said, we just have to treat him like noise. He wants you to punch down to him. His respect amongst movement fighters is quite low. I feel like that's relevant right now to what Ben's doing. He wants to egg on this fight because he's lost a certain bit of respect. And then Charlie goes on, you got in his head, which is terrific. The Ben thing involves me more than he wants to admit. And then we went on, and this is the same conversation. He knows that Jon Snow, he's using a Game of Thrones reference, is stronger as the dragons fly higher. And he said it pisses him off, and he is sending his incestuous brother to go try and kill us. It's worse. He views you as my slave, 100%. Control her is what he really was saying to me when he called. So this has been, and by the way, like I said, I have hundreds of these messages. And so you have to imagine being in my position when you see someone.
Dude, he views you as my slave. Oh my God, bro. And she's like throwing that out on Ben. Dude, that's funny. Popcorn.
Who did everything he could to kind of stop the rise of Charlie Kirk, now trying to struggle session Megyn, who was actually a very good friend to Charlie. Charlie deeply respected her. And towards the end, obviously, she took a very principled position on telling the truth about what he was going through. And Charlie dies, and suddenly he's like, I care about this evil that could be happening. Candace is investigating who killed her friend, and she shouldn't be doing that. I mean, there's no way to spin it. What is his suggestion here? That me asking questions about Turning Point USA somehow means that I'm blaming Erika, who wasn't even working for Turning Point USA when Charlie died, because now she's the CEO? Of course he doesn't believe that. And it is just, to me, it is truly so gross to do this to a person that you know you tried to block. And you just, now that he's dead, I guess you want to sort of rewrite history.
See, what's crazy about it is through all of that, through all of impugning Ben's character, you may have noticed, guys, there's a technique here, though, because Candace has said, how could Ben, where is he coming up with this crazy idea? But she's not simply saying, I don't think Erika had anything to do with this. She's not saying that at all. She's still leaving that like wide open. She is just attacking the outrageousness of Ben's character and Ben's hypocrisy, and Ben, like, where is he getting this information? But she has not ruled it out at all. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.